I didn't know this until I did the research. You're a year older. Mm-hmm. You were kissing an older woman for your first kiss.
11 and 12.
I know. Yeah. It was so hard to go back to 11-year-olds that She knew so much, you know? I have to say, it's incredible that you guys are here. This is so awesome to be here, and that you guys are here and walking up tonight and seeing you guys out there and lined up and excited. It just means the world. And, you know, people come up every day, more than once a day, and ask me about the show. And it's always was just such warmth and friendliness. And the fact that people are still connected to the show and still talk about it and think about it and share it with their kids or their friends or watch it with their parents, their families. You know, all you want to do when you are in this field is to be part of something that endures, that means something to someone. And the fact that we got to do that at such a young age, it just is so meaningful. I love it. I love that people talk to us about it. Yeah. It's great.
The second clip is going to be the kiss, and I know you guys get asked about this so much, but it is iconic. It is so beautiful, and I'm mortified. I show it twice a year, and every time I think, what were you thinking? And then I start thinking, well, it's the second or third or 15th or 20th time I've seen it. I'm thinking, what direction were you given beforehand, if ever, and were you given the same sort of direction? So I will ask that. Sorry, I know you're not.
Listen,
you get to be Spock in just a few clips. Yes. Okay.
Spock.
Yes.
Josh was giving us the most notes of anyone.
Thank you, Fred.
They gave us blocking notes, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm trying to remember what Steve told us. I don't know. I mean, they told me to, you know, put the code on her at the end.
Mm-hmm. Did I tell you to stroke my hair for the last take?
I don't think so. I think that I just kind of went with it, Danica. I just kind of, you know, you were there and I was there.
There were 6 takes. The one they used was actually the 6th take. And the way I know that is because there were 6 takes done total, and he started stroking my hair at the end of the very last one, and that's the one that they used.
I didn't know this until I did the research. You're a year older. Mm-hmm. You were kissing an older woman for your first kiss.
11 and 12.
I know. Yeah. It was so hard to go back to 11-year-olds that She knew so much, you know?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, once you have double digits.
I know, you know, it's, you know.
All right. This is the clip, and it is beautifully acted at this part with no dialogue whatsoever, except from, I can't imagine anybody's here who hasn't seen the series and isn't familiar, but narrated by the adult Kevin looking backwards. And you do not provide the voice of the adult Kevin.
I do not. That's Dan Stern.
Is it naive to ask if you guys actually relied on each other through the series because you were about the same age and going through the same thing at the same time? Did you? Or were you on different schedules, different dressing rooms, different temperaments?
We often shot scenes without each other there. Because of the schoolroom situation, and we often did scenes to a piece of tape.
Oh.
Much to the chagrin of many of the directors.
Yeah, I know. But actually, there's this one scene in an episode called The Accident where Winnie Cooper has gotten in a car accident. She's in bed with like cuts and bruises, and Kevin climbs up to her window. And anybody remember this scene? Yeah, and we have this really intimate, sweet moment where we say, I love you too. We were never there together, ever. It was a double back of his head and a piece of tape. But I will say that because we'd been working together for so many years and knew each other so
well. Way to bring it around, Danica. Way to bring it around.
We knew what the other would have been doing and feeling, and we were.
But that wasn't like by request, you know.
Right.
I will not work. I will not work with Josh.
No, that was just the realities of like, you know, negotiating, you know, child labor laws and getting, you know.
Yeah, because Fred was in every single scene. Every single scene, he had to get 3 hours of schoolwork done. So anytime he didn't have to be on a set, he had to be working and on score.
But we were together a lot. You know, there was a school trailer that we all went to school, you know, together in. So we saw each other a lot. And to your point about did we rely on each other, we didn't like call each other and ask advice or spill our hearts out. But I think we were there for each other, that we were just there every day, So, when we would have a break, we'd go play, catch with Josh, and out in the parking lot, or, we were there for each other, and it was kind of pretty unique way to grow up, and we were all going through it together. And I think, at least for me, we were there for each other just in that we were there, and I think that brought me a lot of comfort.
Yeah, especially because I was a foreigner in LA.
You both were,
and we came together at the same time, and I didn't know anybody else there. So literally, my entire LA life was on set for a very long time. And Fred was in the same way when he moved from Chicago. So the two of us were very close, not only because we liked each other, but because we were the only people
We were
didn't
it.
know.
We were it. That was it. That was it.
And we did. We played baseball together. He was a catcher. I was a pitcher, and baseball cards. And yeah, I mean, I think so. From that perspective, I relied on the cast a whole lot in the very beginning, and then I started to make friends and do things out there. But I still remember scenes where I remember, Fred was doing this or Danica was doing that, and Fred was making me laugh, and Fred was making me laugh, and so we relied on each other a lot.
Yeah.
And I didn't grow up with brothers, but these were kind of like my brothers, and they teased me relentlessly and taught me things like pull my finger and really gave me that brother experience that I had been lacking up until that point. So they were there for me too in their own way.
I'm going to throw it open now to questions so I'll save myself one last question at the end with the clips. But for now, you guys.
Oh, I think we have a question right up here.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
What did it feel like acting when you were a kid, and why?
And why? She wants to know.
Yeah, I know.
Because she's interested
Yeah, I know.
in acting.
Because it looks like fun.
So that's my daughter. And people always ask me would I ever let her act. And now that you've asked me that question, sweetheart, in front of all of these people.
Good move.
I'm just going to answer the question. For me, acting was performing and was trying to connect with other people, and it was an opportunity for me to completely let go and give myself to whatever it is that I was doing, completely 100% without any reservation whatsoever. And the fact that there was another character that I could kind of hide in or be part of really was liberating. And I loved that. And the thing that I fed off of was the reaction that I would get from other people. And you hear comedians and performers say they feed off the energy of the crowd and of the audience, and it's completely true in my case. Whenever you get a smile or a laugh or a stare or something, it just makes you want to do more and more. And so to me, and I see that in you, that wonderful feeling of entertaining someone, of making them stop and enjoy a moment that was because of me is priceless.
Great answer.
I thought I'd like to thank everybody backstage who did such a great job with the clips. Everybody. Everybody at the Y who organized this and especially invited me to moderate this, all of you for coming out, but the real evening is these three, the heart and soul of that show. They just deserve the applause. Thank you so much. There you go.